Hello everyone, it's me again. I've decided to come back with some more useful tips. This time, I'm going to be discussing beginner art mistakes that I still see in people's art, even when they've gotten past the beginner stage. We are going to be going by category, so starting off with the eyes, we have number 1, eyes in perspective. This is something I see a lot in 3/4 perspective drawings and honestly should not be seen at all. You might make this mistake, and now you'll know what I'm talking about. People like beginner artists tend to forget that the face is like a 3D shape and that has like a like a big old circle around it. It goes around like that. And the eyes, which are on the face, are not going to stay like this, okay? They're not going to stay in place as they're not going to stay the same as a front view. This is the eyes in a front view. Now, if you turn it to a 3/4 view, this is not how it's gonna look. Okay? So, like that, it would look something like this. This is incorrect, okay? Eyes are typically, sunken in on the face. They're right here. They're not unless your face looks like this. That's wrong. It will be something more like this. They're sunken in instead of sticking out on the surface. So in a 3/4, this is barely even 3/4. Okay. 3/4 view, we have the nose. It goes in with the eyes and the eyeline will wrap around. So we have eye number 1 and eye number 2 is not going to look like that. It's going to wrap around with the eyeline, but consider that since the bridge of the nose is here and the eyes are here, you can't see the other eye in a profile view. So the eyes are going to be slightly covered by the bridge of the nose. So it will look a bit more like that. This is awful, but please understand what I mean. So instead of doing this, do something more like this. I hope that was clear. It's just something to keep in mind. Number 2, we have drawing the wrong eye. But how does someone draw the wrong eye? Let me show you. This is an eye from a front view. So if I wanted to do this, it's wrong. This is not right. This is an eye from a front view, and this is a profile view image. So if we pull out some references, we can see that the eye is kind of like a triangle, which is kind of, rounded at the edge because, your eyeball is a ball. This is your eyeball, okay. So it'll be more of a triangle rather than an eye like that. So to get it right, we would just, we would draw our triangle, round it, and honestly, that's pretty much it. So this is correct. Your eyelids end obviously at some point and they pinch in together, so you're not going to see it on the other side. It's wrong. And considering that your eyelids wrap around your eye because your eye is kind of like a sphere. So in the side, this is the peak, okay? This is your eyeball right now. This is the top where your eyelid ends, or this is where your eyelid, say you had 2 sides, okay, this is where they're gonna meet, okay, that's just the peak. And they end at the corners, and they obviously wrap around the sphere. So in the side, your peak is going to be right here. This is here, so you're not going to be seeing this because you're only going to see the half of the eye. I hope that made sense. And I'm going to leave this one here for the next tip. The next tip is drawing glasses wrong. This is a mistake I used to make, and honestly I feel like everyone did at some point. But if I want to draw glasses on her, this is incorrect. Obviously, yeah, those are glasses. How is that incorrect? They look like glasses to me. It's wrong. Unless your glasses are shaped like that. Typically, your glasses are shaped like that from the top, okay? So, if I wanted to give her glasses, I would have to realize that glasses are a pretty 2D object. Not really 2D, but they're pretty flat. So, obviously, since my glasses look like this from the front, they look like this from the top. Obviously, her glasses the lenses are going to be in the front, like normal glasses. And obviously, some people don't want to obstruct the drawing, so they'll do something like that. That doesn't matter, though. This is what she would look like with glasses. It's just common sense. Don't forget to use common sense in your drawings, guys. This is incorrect for a profile view. This is more correct. I guess that's pretty much it for the eyeball category. So the next category is going to be other parts of the face. Starting off, we have number 4, drawing the wrong nose. Right, this is very similar to the eye one. So what I'm saying is, it's insanely common, and I've been making this mistake for ages. Okay, this is a nose from the profile view, okay? It's not beautiful, I did this in a quick second. Profile view. Now, this is a nose from the 3/4 view. Okay, now, as you can see, in this one, you can see the other nostril. You don't always see like the hole, but you can see the outside of the nostril. Now, most of the time when people are drawing a 3/4 view, they will only include this one, and they won't show you that. They won't. That is incorrect. It's very common, but it's not right. So, to fix that, obviously you don't want it to come out that much since it's, not all the way. You will show the other nostril. Now, obviously it depends on the type of nose. Some people, you will see the nostril holes, and sometimes you won't. But obviously it's not gonna look like this. Now, it does depend on the angle too, but most of the time it's not going to look like that. At number 5, we have drawing the mouth wrong. Here we have very simple, basic stuff, but this is a mouth in the front view. Now, if I wanted to do a 3/4 face, I would do something like this, right? No, I won't. So, the face is going to be different, and you have to realize that everything on your face, it's not just flat, especially, well, not in the 3/4 view, it's not going to be flat. Here, maybe. 3/4, no, because your face obviously is not 2D. It will wrap around. So, obviously we have like the little plane where your mouth is, and it will wrap around like that, okay? It'll wrap around. Your mouth isn't going to look like this. It's going to be something more like this. It's not two-dimensional, especially in the 3/4 view. This is correct. This is incorrect. It's a very, very common one, unfortunately, but you know better now, don't you? Okay, now for number 6, we're going to go into our final category, muscles, bones, joints, and structure. So, number 6 is forgetting the shape of the human cranium. This is the human cranium, okay? So, as you can see, the jaw and the back of the head have a very nice space in between. And if you remove this area, this is a big oval. And then we have this. Now, it's very, very common, and everyone does this at some point. They will start the side profile with a circle and then do this. This is incorrect because, unfortunately, this is really, really small. So if we want to add the neck, it's just gonna make it worse. So if you're doing a side profile, make sure to start with a bit more of an oval, pull up a reference maybe, and just fix it because this is too common. Now, the same thing applies for 3/4, except it's the opposite. Instead of making it too small, some people will make it too big. For example, someone might draw their 3/4 character like this. They're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna draw this real quick. Okay, they're just gonna draw something really quick, and they'll be like, oh man, the cranium's too small, I should have known better. And then they'll make it bigger. Now, this isn't always wrong, except don't go overboard. Some people will be like, oh god, the cranium's too small, and then they would do this and be like, wow, she looks gorgeous. This is incorrect, that's huge. Maybe for side profile, this is really nice. For the 3/4 view, it's wrong. She has something back there. You don't want to make a perfect circle because it's really small, but you don't want to make it huge. I think maybe keep it somewhere in between and it'll look a little more accurate. Number 7, forgetting what the face looks like. So when I was just beginning, I used to make the face just like that. No! Okay, it's pretty obvious. Us on Earth, we have a forehead, goes in for the eyes, and comes out for the cheeks. Okay, please ignore my lazy art, but it's not gonna be completely flat. That's ugly. Typically, we look a little more like this. It's important to remember that here is where your eyebrows are, and after that, it goes inwards. So after your brow line, it will go in for your eyes, and then out for your nose, and it'll just go a little more in, and then out again for your chin. Okay, it's a little more easier to demonstrate with the side view. Okay, so we have the eyebrows right here. It goes in, we have our eyes, out for the nose, and then mouth area, and then chin. So if I made my person look like this, they would pretty much look like this from the side, which is awful. So don't forget that humans have curves in their face. Number 8, not following guidelines. Guidelines are very useful, but you need to know how to use them first. Sometimes people will just they'll draw a bunch of lines and then completely ignore them. Why? What's the point? They're like, oh, it just makes me look smarter. No, it doesn't. It makes you look like an idiot. So basically, normally when looking at a face, we will separate it like this. So we have the circle. We want to cut the circle in half, bring one right down across the middle. Now we have this new segment. We want to cut that in half. Now this new segment, cut that in half as well. So here we'll have, maybe like top of our eyes. Here we'll have the bottom of our nose, and here we'll have the mouth. So, at the eye line and the nose line is where the ears will be. Don't make them pop out like a monkey. That's basic face, okay? Now, normally, when someone will be drawing a 3/4 view, they will just do the exact same thing, straight lines. They'll do a straight line right down here, and then they'll do straight line for the eyes, straight line for the nose, and then straight line for the mouth. And then they'll end up with something like this. Obviously, this goes against everything that I've said up till now. The problem is that their guidelines are straight how they would be in the front view. Obviously, in a 3/4 view, as I've mentioned, it's a 3D shape, of course. This is a sphere, not a circle. So the line in the middle will go around the sphere like this and then down. Okay, and then this will also go around the sphere and back. And same for everything else, just imagine little spheres. So then you'll have something more normal. A fun little tip is the corners of the eyes, you can bring them down to the chin, and then you'll know where to put the mouth. Number 9 is an extremely short one. Honestly, like, I could count it as an honorable mention, but just stop forgetting that your fingers have 3 sections. Okay, 3. So normally someone will draw a finger and then they'll bend it like this, and that's supposed to be like pointing at something. And no, see, you got one of them, but there's another section. You want to maybe add it. It will maybe make your finger look a little more natural. Obviously this is just really quick, it's a little long. It will make your finger look more natural. Finally, number 10, and then I will do some honorable mentions after number 10. So here's some shoulders really quick, okay? Now, what if we wanted to lift her arm? Obviously this is extremely wrong. Your shoulder moves with your arm, so, you know, maybe it'll look not like that. Look in the mirror and lift your arm. You'll see that your shoulder will also go up with your arm. When you lift your arm, it affects your collarbone. So your collarbone is going to go up with your arm, because I don't know anything about anatomy, but I'm pretty sure your collarbone's like attached to your shoulder or something. I don't care. I will have to care eventually, guys. I'm not a pro. So your collarbone will go up with it, as well as your chest. When you lift your arm, it will pull your chest up with your arm. Maybe this will be easier if I add lines. So here is arm up, whatever. Okay, really quick. So when your arms are down, you will have straight line for the shoulders, straight line for the collarbones, straight line for the chest. Now, when your arm is up, your collarbone's going up, your shoulders are going up, and your chest is going up. Please, if your arm is lifted like that, these should all be going up. Now, on to the next point in number 10. This applies for a lot more than just obviously your chest and that area, whatever it's called. This also happens with faces. Now, here is a face with a neutral expression. So here's the eyebrows, here's the eyes, and whatever. So we want to make this character look surprised. So what would we do? Well, obviously, we want his eyebrows to go up and we want his mouth to open. And obviously his eyes need to be wide. Oh, he looks pretty surprised to me. No. Your face is full of fat and muscles and everything. So obviously when you make a change in your expression, it's not gonna look the same. With his mouth down, with his mouth open, he's taking up the space here, and he's obliterated his own chin. That's wrong, and his eyebrows are supposed to be right here still. When you lift your eyebrows, your little extra skin under your eyebrows are going to lift up, so it won't be more obvious. So when you open your mouth, your cheeks are not going to be very poofy, and your jaw is going down. Here's just a quick one. So now that his mouth is open, he still has his chin, he still has the space here, and his eyebrows are going up, so is the eyebrow line. Typically when you move your mouth, it's just your jaw that goes up and down. It will drag these areas with it. Your eyebrow line obeys your eyebrows, so when your eyebrows go up, so does your eyebrow line. Simple enough. Finally, we have our honorable mentions. I have 3 little honorable mentions. Let's just bring this guy back for a second. So, if we want to draw this guy like this, we want to draw his eyebrows. So this guy's got some nice long eyebrows, and I want to add them to the other side. Oh, there's no space. I don't care if there's no space. The eyebrows will go around, okay? Your eyebrows go around your face. They wrap around your 3D object of a face. This one is strangely common, but if you want to draw a character like this, do it. You don't have to be scared and then shorten the eyebrows. It's super common, but it's so weird. Like, it doesn't look the worst, but it just doesn't make sense. This is how he wants to look. Another big one, so I still make this mistake, but I do correct it, like, all the time, I hope. But when your character is really happy, he's smiling, right? No, he just opened his mouth and turned the corners upwards. No, now he's smiling. See, when you don't make them smile with their eyes, they look fake. They look like they're gonna tell you your art is good even when it's not. This isn't just their eyelids, okay? When you smile, your cheeks, they get like lifted, okay? Not that much, okay? You look like going from Hunter x Hunter. Your cheeks will get lifted, and that will push these up like that, okay? So unless you're being really fake, or you're at a school picture, no one's gonna smile like this, unless you're smiling at a stranger in the street. Finally, the last honorable mention is when you draw your eye from the side, we're gonna draw the iris, and we're gonna add the pupil. No, the pupil typically does not, it's not on the edge. See, you have this right here. The pupil is gonna be like right there. If you think about it, there's like an outer little thing right here protecting this part. So, I don't know how else to explain it. Just don't be putting it here. You can look up some references. They all look like that. That's just what the human eye looks like. But yes, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're interested in content like this, because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna open an art account and then start posting videos of me singing. This is the type of stuff I make, and if you're interested in it, please subscribe so you can see more. It helps me, it helps you. It's a win-win, okay? And I do have a new video each Sunday, so you can count on me. Thank you, and goodbye.